exciting. It's tough to guard. They're constantly moving, they're constantly cutting. And I think they just have a lot of belief.
The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever is unraveling into one of the most disturbing narratives of the WNBA season, not because of petty rivalries or disappointing losses, but because of the growing realization that the face of the league may be sacrificing her health for a system more invested in profits than players. It didn't start this way. Caitlin Clark arrived in the WNBA like a comet, undeniably radiant, impossibly fast, and impossible to ignore. She was the generational phenom who electrified college basketball, smashed records with audacity, and transformed every arena she entered into a sold-out spectacle. From Iowa's hardwood to the Fever's court, she was not just a rookie. She was the reason people were watching. But barely weeks into her professional career, the signs began to show. Something wasn't right. And now, months later, that something has turned into a nightmare of mishandled injuries, vague timelines, and a rookie star who no longer trusts the very people responsible for protecting her body. The decision, if reports are to be believed, is simple, but seismic. Caitlin Clark is rejecting the Indiana Fever's medical staff. "I'm not using y'all doctors," she's rumored to have told insiders. It's a damning stance, not born from rumor or drama, but grounded in the alarming pattern of injuries that have plagued her short season. A left quad strain, then a groin strain on the same side, a return to play, then another strain this time on the right side, for lower body injuries in a matter of weeks. For different issues that experts say share one common cause, she was rushed back before her body was ready. From the outside, the team's language remained the same, day-to-day, but doctors unaffiliated with the Fever have called that label not just inaccurate.
People in this city or fans around the area to come and support a W team here, and I know their game last year had great attendance and
but dangerous. Soft tissue injuries, particularly groin and adductor strains, are slow to heal, prone to re-injury, and demand deliberate rehab. To label them as minor, to publicly suggest a player can bounce back within days, is either staggeringly naive or willfully misleading. And for Caitlin, the result has been catastrophic. Not just physically, but emotionally. Behind every press conference clip and injury update is a deeper, darker reality. Caitlin Clark has not played 5 consecutive healthy games this entire season. Even before tip-off, insiders say she hadn't experienced 10 full days of being injury-free. And yet, she was asked to carry the weight of a struggling franchise. She was flown across the country, trotted out for appearances, used in marketing materials, and sold as the centerpiece of the league's future, even when her legs were barely holding up. The timeline doesn't lie. A left quad injury, then a left groin strain on May 26th, just over a month later, on July 5th, a right groin strain. What we're witnessing isn't bad luck. It's the human cost of overexposure, a vicious loop of re-aggravated injury.
Whether it's me watching her in AAU, like she's always just been smooth. She takes what the game gives her.
Exacerbated by early returns and insufficient rest. The kind of pattern that destroys careers, not headlines. Medical experts have spoken out, alarmed at what they're seeing. One called the team's medical decisions not enough. Another pointed out that Caitlin's opposite injury following her initial return was a textbook case of overcompensation, where one side of the body takes on too much load because the other hasn't healed. Still, others highlighted that these types of injuries often require stem cell injections, hyperbaric chamber therapy, and weeks of no-impact movement, not warm-ups, game nights, and national travel. But inside the Indiana Fever organization, the messaging doesn't match the urgency. Head coach Stephanie White has continually used vague, non-committal language to today, progressing, tests coming without offering clarity. On one occasion, she even admitted she hadn't seen Caitlin since the last game, despite offering public assurances about her recovery. It's a performance. And unfortunately, it's a performance Caitlin is no longer willing to be a part of. Because
pressure to get Caitlin Clark to come on to New York, and I think that'd be a great...
This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's about trust, and trust is gone. There are strong indications that Clark has stepped away from the Fever's medical team entirely. She's reportedly bringing in her own doctor specialists with NBA-level credentials, some possibly with experience treating elite male athletes. It's a bold move, one that not only shows just how little faith she has left in the franchise, but how much she understands the stakes. This isn't just about returning for a playoff push. This is about saving her future, because Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She is a brand, a phenomenon, a billion-dollar boost to a league that desperately needs stars. And that's exactly why this is so dangerous. Her value, her fame, her ability to fill arenas is being used against her. When she plays, attendance spikes. When she doesn't, people don't show up. So she's forced into a cycle. Back on the court before she's ready, injure herself, rest briefly, Repeat? It's the same tragic pattern we saw with Derrick Rose in Chicago. And many believe the Fever are following that same script recklessly. What makes it all worse is the silence. Where are the veterans calling this out? Where are the league officials demanding better protocols? Where is the clear plan to prioritize the health of a once-in-a-generation player? Instead, there's a wall of PR spin, carefully crafted statements, and the persistent use of day-to-day like a band-aid over a broken leg. But Caitlin knows better now. She's done watching her health be traded for headlines. She's done trusting a system that keeps failing her, and she's
Caitlin Clark to the New York Liberty? Confirmed? You guys? The photo circulating went viral.
making her own moves, not out of defiance, but out of necessity. She's 22 years old. This is supposed to be the start of something extraordinary, not a cautionary tale. She's missing the All-Star game. She's out of the three-point contest. She's being evaluated, yet fans still don't know the truth. What kind of strain is it? How long is the expected recovery? What imaging was done? No answers, just silence, and more vague updates from a coaching staff that can't seem to get its story straight. Meanwhile, the league continues to build its brand around her face. She's on posters, in commercials, part of every league highlight package even when she's not playing. She's still traveling with the team, forced to appear at games, make media stops, smile for cameras all while managing an injury that doctors say demands rest and minimal movement. The optics are being carefully controlled. The truth, however, is being buried. Let's be clear, this isn't drama, this is survival. Caitlin Clark is doing what any smart athlete would do in her shoes. She's walking away from incompetence. She's surrounding herself with professionals she can trust. She's protecting herself because clearly, no one else will. And maybe it's time the league listens. Because if they continue down this path, if they keep spinning injuries into publicity opportunities, if they continue to rush her back before she's healed, there won't be a Caitlin Clark comeback story. There will be only regret. The kind of regret that haunts franchises and ruins careers. She's not overreacting. She's not being dramatic. She's simply seeing the system for what it is, a machine that will chew you up and spit you out, even if you're the very star keeping the lights on. And unless something changes, the next update from Caitlin Clark won't be an injury report. It'll be a warning to the next player who thinks talent alone will keep them safe. So here's the question: do you think Caitlin's doing the right thing by stepping away from the Fever's medical team? Should more athletes take their health into their own hands when the franchise fails them? And if you stand with Caitlin, let us know in the comments. Drop your thoughts, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns and investigations. This story is far from over, and we'll be watching every step of the way.